Good morning and Assalamu alaikum dear students of class 8. This is your biology video summary of today's lesson. It is also taken from your textbook from unit number 1 and the page number is 7. Today we are going to discuss the last topic of 5 kingdom system, that is kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia, if we talk about this kingdom, so kingdom Animalia, what are the characteristics of this kingdom? And the name shows that it includes all the animals. Okay, Animalia is taken from the word animal. ठीक है, जिसमें हमारे पास तमाम एनिमल्स आ जाते हैं. एंड इफ़ वी सी दैट व्हाट इज़ एन एनिमल, so animal is that living organism which cannot prepare their own food. They are heterotrophic, they are motile, they can move from one place to another, and such organisms contains a lot of, means that their bodies are made up of a lot of cells. So let us start the characteristics of kingdom Animalia. The first characteristic of kingdom Animalia is that they are the eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means that they are made up of those cells or such cell which contain proper membrane bounded nucleus and membrane bounded organelles. So they are eukaryotic organisms, such as you can say the same as plants. Okay, plants are also eukaryotic. Now, the second characteristic of animal kingdom Animalia or these organisms is that their cellular organization, that what kind of organization the bodies they have. So the organisms of this kingdom are multicellular, means that their bodies are not only made by one cell but they are composed of more than two cells. Okay, many cells. So that is why their organization is multicellular. Looking at the third characteristic of animals is that their cell wall. Okay, like in the previous topic that of kingdom Plantae, we saw that these all the plants, they are composed of the cells which have the outermost boundary, that is cell wall. Now in animals, the cell wall is absent. Okay, the cell do not contain an outermost boundary, that is cell wall, but the outermost boundary of the animal cell is cell membrane. It is cell membrane. Okay, let me show you the figure of an animal cell. So this is the figure of animal cell. You can see that the outermost boundary, this is the cell membrane. There is no cell wall. Okay, looking at the plant cell, it contains the cell wall. Okay, now the next topic is centriole. Okay, this next characteristic is centriole, means that the animal cell, it contains centriole. Centriole, this thing we also discussed in the previous topic, that is plant kingdom. In that we studied that the plant cell do not contain centriole, but here the animal cell, it contains the centrioles. Okay, so centrioles are a very important part of the cell. Why? Because they help in the cell division. Okay, now the reserve food in the animals is stored in the form of glycogen. Okay, it is stored in the form of glycogen. Glycogen is also a form of carbohydrate which helps in saving the, it is the form in which the food is restored or saved in the body. The mode of nutrition, they lack chlorophyll, means that, as I told you before, that animals are those organisms which cannot make their own food. So why they cannot make their own food? Because they do not have this green pigment, that is chlorophyll, and that is why they cannot make their own food. Okay, now the next characteristic is that the ingestion of food, taking of food. Okay, so they ingest food and digest it within their bodies, means that the food is taken by the animals, okay, and then it slowly and gradually digests in their bodies. Heterotrophs means that they cannot make their own food, so such organisms are known as heterotrophs. And on the other hand, the organisms which can make their own food are called autotrophs. Division of kingdom. Now, this kingdom is divided in two groups on the basis of presence and absence of the vertebral column, okay, which is known as the backbone. So, the two groups are vertebrates and invertebrates. Now, vertebrates are those organisms which contains the vertebral column, which have the backbone, ठीक है, जिनकी बैकबोन होती है. तो इसमें हमारे पास एग्जांपल है फिशेस की, एम्फिबियंस की, बर्ड्स की, मैमल्स की, रेप्टाइल्स की, ठीक है. एम्फिबियंस में आप देख सकते हैं फ्रॉग इसकी एग्जांपल है, मैमल्स में ह्यूमन बींग्स हैं, ठीक है, रेप्टाइल्स में स्नेक्स हैं, सही है, स्नेक है या लिजर्ड है, ठीक है. सो दीज आर द ऑर्गेनिजम्स विच कंटेन्स दी which have this backbone, okay. Now, so the ones which do not have the backbone, they are said to be the invertebrates, okay. Invertebrates, you can see the diagram of fish and a bird. And now the invertebrates are those organisms which do not have the vertebral column or the backbone, and these examples includes the jellyfish, earthworm, starfish, and there is a diagram of octopus as well. So this was your today's lesson summary. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.